Zara Keth stood on the bridge of her warship looking at the blue planet below. Her crimson skin gleamed under the harsh lights of the command center, and her forearms moved with deadly grace across the control panels the Vakari Empire had sent, their best warrior to claim this new world called Earth. The humans had refused to surrender even after seeing the mighty fleet above their skies. Zara found this both foolish and curious. Her people had conquered 12 star systems without meeting. Such stubborn resistance, most species bowed down when they saw the power of Vakari technology. But not these strange two-armed creatures. Her second commander approached with careful steps, knowing that Zara's temper was legendary among their forces. "Commander Keth, the human delegation wishes to speak with you again." Zara's golden eyes flashed with annoyance. She had already told them the terms surrender or face complete destruction. There was no middle ground in Vakari culture. The strong ruled and the weak served. Send them away, I have no patience for more of their meaningless words. They bring a single representative this time, a male called Jake Turner. Something about the name made Zara pause. She had studied human culture. During the long journey to their system, most of their warriors had complex titles and ranks, but this one carried only a simple name. Very well. Bring him to the meeting chamber, but keep weapons ready. The meeting room was stark and cold, designed to intimidate enemies. Zara sat in her ceremonial armor, each piece crafted from the bones of creatures she had slain in personal combat. Her 4 swords hung at her sides, symbols of her rank as a deathbringer. When the doors opened, she expected to see another uniformed military leader. Instead, a young man walked in wearing simple clothes and carrying no weapons. His brown hair was messy, and his green eyes held no fear, only sadness. "I am Jake Turner," he said with a slight bow. "Thank you for agreeing to meet with me." Zara studied him carefully. He was smaller than most human males she had seen in the intelligence reports. His hands bore no scars of battle, and his skin was pale like someone who spent time indoors rather than fighting. "You are not a warrior," she stated. "No, I am a teacher." This confused Zara greatly. Why would humans send someone so weak to negotiate with their greatest enemy? It made no tactical sense. "Where are your generals, your war leaders?" Jake sat down. Across from her without permission, a breach of protocol that should have angered her. Instead, she found herself curious about his boldness. "They are preparing defenses, but I asked to come here alone." Why would a teacher think he could succeed where warriors have failed? Jake smiled, and the expression transformed his plain face into something almost beautiful. "Because I think you are not just a destroyer. I think you are someone who can choose a different path." Zara felt her 4 hands tighten into fists. No one had ever spoken to her this way. She was death incarnate, a living weapon shaped by centuries of Vakari culture. "You know nothing about me, human. I know you could have destroyed our cities already. Your weapons are powerful enough. But you have not. Why?" The question hit her like a physical blow because she had been asking herself the same thing. For 3 days, her fleet had orbited Earth waiting for her command to begin the bombardment. But something held her back. "I am giving you time to surrender. It is more mercy than your species deserves. I think it is something else. I think you are tired of being what others made you." Jake reached into his pocket, and Zara's warriors tensed, but he only pulled out a small device. "May I show you something?" Before she could answer, images began playing in the air between them. Children laughing and playing in a schoolyard, an elderly woman feeding birds in a park, a man helping a stranger fix a broken vehicle. "This is what you would destroy. These are the lives that hang in the balance." Zara had seen intelligence reports about human population centers, but these images showed something different. They showed individuals with hopes and dreams and connections to each other. "Every species has civilians," she said, but her voice lacked its usual conviction. "Yes, but look closer. Watch how they interact with strangers." The images changed, showing humans helping others they had never met before. A woman giving food to someone who was hungry. People working together to rebuild after a natural disaster. Strangers risking their lives to save others. "Your intelligence reports focus on our military and government. but they miss what makes us human. We do not just survive. We help each other survive. Zara felt something strange stirring in her chest. Her people were warriors first, and always. Individual strength was everything. Community was seen as weakness. This proves nothing. Cooperation is just another survival strategy. Jake nodded but kept the images playing. You are right. But watch this. The scene showed a young human female running into a burning building. She emerged carrying a small creature that was not even her own species, a pet belonging to someone else. She risked her life for something that could give her nothing in return. No strategic value, no genetic advantage, just because she could not bear to let it suffer. Zara found herself leaning forward, studying the image more carefully. This female is clearly damaged mentally. No rational being would behave this way. That female is my sister Amy. She is one of the sanest people I know, and what she did there. She does every day in smaller ways. We all do. For the first time in her life, Zara felt uncertain about something. The Vakari code was clear. The strong dominated the weak. It was the natural order of the universe, but these images showed strength being used to protect weakness, not exploit it. Your sister will die. When we take your planet, her kindness will not save her. Jake's face grew sad, but he did not look away from her. I know, but she would rather die being who she is than live as something else. And I would rather die trying to show you another way than surrender without trying. Another way. Zara repeated the words like they were in a foreign language. You have incredible power, enough to conquer or enough to protect. The choice is yours alone. Zara stood and began pacing the room. Her warriors watched nervously as their commander showed signs of internal conflict. I am a Deathbringer. It is what I was born to be, what I was trained to be. But is it what you choose to be? The question hung in the air like a challenge. Zara had never considered that her identity could be a choice, rather than something imposed by birth and culture. If I show mercy to your species, my own people will see it as weakness. Jake stood as well, matching her gaze without fear. Then maybe your people need someone to show them that mercy is not weakness but the ultimate strength. Zara felt something breaking inside her chest, like chains she had worn so long she forgot they were there. You ask me to betray everything I have ever known. I ask you to become everything you could be. For long moments they stood in silence. Two beings from different worlds, different cultures, different ways of thinking, yet somehow understanding each other perfectly. Finally, Zara spoke. If I spare your world, what assurance do I have that humans will not become a threat to the Empire in the future? Jake smiled again, and this time Zara found herself almost smiling back, because we will be too busy helping each other and anyone else who needs it. That is what we do. Zara made her decision not as a Deathbringer or as a commander of the Vakari fleet, but as someone who had glimpsed another way of being. I will withdraw my forces, but I will tell the Empire that Earth is under my personal protection. Any who wish to harm your people will have to go through me first. Jake's eyes filled with tears of relief and gratitude. Thank you. Do not thank me yet. This choice may destroy us both, but perhaps it is time for someone to choose creation over destruction. As Jake prepared to leave, Zara called out to him, Your sister Amy. Tell her that her kindness has saved her world. I will. And Zara, tell yourself that your strength gave you the power to choose mercy. After he left, Zara stood alone, in the meeting chamber looking out at the blue planet below. Tomorrow, she would face the consequences of her choice. The Empire would not understand. But for the first time in her life, she had acted not as a weapon, but as a person. She had raised her sword for so many years. But today a human had raised his humanity and shown her that there was more than one way to be strong. The Deathbringer was dead. Long live Zara Keth, protector of worlds.